Yes. Hey, everybody. Hi, mommy. Everybody's on time. It's like the first time I'm late, huh? YOLO. Figure out my angles. Thank you, Lisa. We live? Is we live? Having dinner, y'all. Is the volume okay? Yes, Ro. This is Auntie's special bald-headed bonnet. Make sure my volume is good. Oh, hey, husband. Hi, Auntie Carol. Hey, Mel, Valerie, Leo, niece. What's going on, babies? Hey, 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 hey. I am not recovered from all that yelling in Mexico. So here we are. Bear with me if I keep doing that. This is all I got. Hi. Hey, Jen. Wait for a few more people to join. But I'm here for my tan. It makes all the hyperpigmentation like blend in, like when you're one shade. Let's see how long this lasts until I drink some tea. I've been drinking tea, and I slept for a good 8 hours last night and then today. So I'm on 16 hours of sleep. So my body is exhausted. I got some Theraflu. It's going down after I finish my dinner. Hi, everybody. Okay. It's about 12 to 13 of us in the room. Got about a few on Facebook, so I guess we can get it started. Hi, Kenny. Yes, Mrs. Crawford, again. So, silly question I'm going to answer first is yes. We were already married. We got married December 6, 2019. I was 6 or 7 months pregnant. And my mom wanted me to have a wedding. But what's a wedding without alcohol? Like, my baby shower, everybody was drunk and turned up except for me. I refused to do that for my wedding. I'm sorry. So I was like, we'll wait until I'm no longer pregnant. Then life happens, right? Then bills happen. So weddings cost money. So 3.5 years in, we had some collective coins to actually have a wedding. So we had a wedding. Obviously, again, we were already legally married for the last 3.5 years, and just finally had our ceremony. So this is our second to last show. The next episode in 2 weeks will be the season finale of season 1 of Who Cares What I Think, a chat with Kat, a sarcastically safe space for us to talk. And this week's topic is friends. Friends. How many of us have them? Friends. Apparently, I have a lot. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, God. Thank you, God. Thank you, God, for my friends. We were in Mexico, obviously, for my wedding this weekend, and my nephew's girlfriend was like, "Hey, how many best friends do you have?" She was like, "Cause every time I meet somebody, they're like, oh, hi, I'm Kathleen's best friend. I'm Kathleen's best friend. Hi, how are you?" They're like, yeah, how many best friends do you have? And I'm like, I have a lot. And it's true, I do. And I've been blessed to have friends, right? But I have my best friends. And best friends meaning like, it's no holds bar. I'm telling you everything. You're telling me everything. I honor your opinion. I trust your advice. I trust your judgment. I trust you with my business. My best friend Ayana, she's been my best friend since we've been friends since the 4th grade. During her wedding speech, she mentioned that, dang, I lost my train of thought. I'm tired. She mentioned that I'm the kind of friend who can lead and you'll follow, but you have to deal with my attitude. And the only way to be my friend is to deal with my attitude, because I have one. Because I just want things done a certain way, and my friends get that. They get those feelings. Anyway, so I have been blessed to have a lot of great friends. And not everyone can say that. When I meet people, they're like, oh my God. Oh yeah, she said I'm transparent. Thank you, Tati. Lost my train of thought. Yes, my transparency. In order to be my friend, you have to accept me for who I am. It's no holds bar. Anything you ask me, I'm going to give you the truth, right? If I feel like you are deserving of that, or, I mean, even if you're not, like, I'll tell a homeless person the truth, like, sir, my husband is blowing mine right now, okay? This kid right here, blowing mine too. If you were born with the last name Crawford, you get on my nerves 5 days out of 7. But I say all that to say that, again, I've been blessed to have really great friends. Every time I meet people, like, oh my God, I love you and your friend groups. I love that you guys always do things together. I love this. I love that. And thankfully, things have always just fallen in place with me and friends. It's never been forced, never been pulled. A lot of my friends are from high school, junior high school, college. I have a few adult friends, but majority of friends that I've carried through life. I'm not one who goes through a lot of friends. Like, I'm friends with you for 2 years, then we're not friends. Like, I don't have that. I have long-lasting friendships with real women, some men, but like real women who are there for me. And at the wedding, I had all these ideas that I planned on saying and like thanking my friends, outside of my friends who spoke at my welcome dinner and at the actual wedding. I wanted to acknowledge some people for this, for super important contributions in my life. And one, I didn't get a chance to thank my mother, and it's like my mom who paid for majority of the wedding. Hello. I didn't get a chance to say, like, thank you. She knows I'm thankful. I thank her every single day, this whole process. But I didn't get a chance to, like, get on the mic and say, like, thank you, Ma. Like, sis, thank you. I didn't get a chance to thank the one friend who, if she was not here, there would be no wedding. My friend Marina. Short African chick. She got the boobs and she got the butt. Okay. So I used that butt 3.5 years ago. Well, no, we got married 3.5 years ago. 5 years ago, I had to use that butt to get a chair from my husband at the time. I don't know if you guys recall the story. I was saying I was at a restaurant with one of my friends. Her boyfriend was paying for us to go to lunch. And we were at the bar. It was 4 of us in 3 chairs. I asked my friend Marina to go get a chair from this guy. He's taking forever to give her the chair. I leaned back like, sir, give her the chair. What's all this talking about? And then we never stopped speaking after that. So if there was no Marina in my life, there would be no Justin. There'd be no Phoenix. So Marina, thank you so much, so much for using that butt. I appreciate it. Sometimes you got to use your friends to get what you need. You heard? I walked down the aisle to my college roommate singing Yeba's Heartbreak. Okay, this is my college roommate who was too shy to speak, so she sent me her speech in a text, and ultimately she stated that we were just 2 separate people. She's from Norfolk, Virginia. I'm from New York City. We were roommates our freshman year. Due to my cousin Vanita, she started a Facebook for me and found my roommate. We connected, and when I got to school, we were able to connect, and instantly we connected and decided to live together for all 4 years. And she's like very serious about church. Like, she was going to church like 5 days a week. I was not. I was only going Sunday at 1 p.m. 45-minute service, because the black churches, y'all give it up too crazy. I love the Lord, okay, but He knows my level of patience, and 2 hours. It's too crazy for your girl. It's too crazy. I'm going to stick to the Catholic churches that I'm used to. So she just said, she just wrote me like, thank you so much. Yeah, at Virginia Tech, because my father forgot what school I go to, but we'll get to him next. But she just basically was like, thank you for always accepting me for who I am. You never had an issue with like me not wanting to be out or me wanting to go to church. Like, you accepted it. You made everyone else accept it. Like, I never made her feel like an outcast. But she sang as I walked down the aisle. I thought about it like last week. Like, hold up, my roommate be singing. Like, she sings in church. So I texted her like, hey, would you sing for me? I sent her the song. She practiced it, and I'll post a video. Again, I need to get my Instagram together. I've been too exhausted. Hey, Renee. But she sang as I walked down the aisle. Like, these are real friendships. Me and Nakia don't talk every day. We don't talk every week. We don't talk every month. We probably talk every 3 months, check in. How you? Did you kill your husband? No. Did you kill your husband? No. How are the kids? Are they still alive? Girl, barely. You know what I mean? Like, it's one of those. Like, these are the friendships that I have. All your friendships don't have to be everyday friendships. They don't have to be every week friendships. It's about bonds. It's about respect. It's about pure love. I have about 10 friends that I speak to every single day. Or at least 5 to 6 days out of the week. Same 10 friends. I'm in 2 group chats, and then some I speak to outside the group chat. I have one friend who I speak to on the phone, my best friend Latricia, every single day on the phone. It's the one friend that's happening where everybody knows I'm not talking on the phone. I'm not interested. Only call me if it's an emergency. If the tea is boiling hot, call me, beat me if you want to reach me. Kim Possible. So Nakia, my friend Valerie from high school. Listen, me and Valerie always keep in touch, right? But life be lifing. Like, she was in school becoming a doctor. I was out here, what was I doing? Who knows? Working, being unhappy at my job. That's next week's topic. And then she gets engaged, and then COVID comes, and COVID rocks her wedding. Her wedding has changed, and then she invites me to her wedding, and I'm like, oh my God, she invited me. And not because we're not friends, it's just because throughout the years, like, you know, life happened. Like, we hadn't spoken that much, and it's like, wow, this is my real friend. And at her wedding, I was admiring her veil. Like, that veil is so gorgeous. So when it's time for me to get married, and I saw the price of the veil, after the price of that dress, after the price of that resort, I had to phone a friend. Hey, Valerie. Shades like a fed. I mean, I'm giving her all my best Creole. Like, can I borrow your veil? Like, I want to pay you to rent your veil, because I'm not paying for a veil. It's going to be a veilless wedding if it's up to me, okay? Because we had a budget. The pre-COVID budget and the after-COVID budget, Mexico is getting a little crazy, okay? They double up, triple up, nigga, what? They got crazy. Anyway, Valerie, beautiful friend. Let me hold her veil. These are the kind of friendships that I have. I have real friendships with people who I don't have to speak to every day, who I don't have to coddle sometimes. But these are my friends. And yeah, anyway, qualities of, my something borrowed, qualities of friendships, of being a true friend. In order to be my true friend, you have to be honest with me. Honesty isn't easy for some people, right? Because they feel like, I don't want to hurt your feelings, or I don't want this and I don't want that. I wish I had that quality of like thinking about hurting your feelings, because I don't. And not that I want to hurt your feelings, but I just rather you know, like, hey, you have a booger in your nose. Hey, your breath is a little tart. I got a little mint. You want one? Hey, you getting a little wedgie in the back. I'm going to pull it out for you. I'm that friend. I'm going to meet a girl in the bathroom at the club, and I'll be like, babe, you look amazing. Babe, you have lipstick on your teeth. I want people to be at their best at all times. So I want you to be honest with me. And I know my delivery isn't the best. We went in therapy for that, for my delivery. My brother hates my delivery. My mom hates my delivery. My employees hate my delivery. My newest employees just had a whole fit. She's crying on the phone. She don't like the way I talk to her. But she lied on her resume. But that's a whole nother topic. So I'm working on my tone. I'm working on how I speak to people. And being honest, right? There's a way to be honest, but there's a way to deliver. And my delivery isn't always the best. Because in my mind, it's like, you're like, hey, Kathleen, is the sky gray? No, girl, the sky is blue. Okay, there are clouds. Like, what is the stupidness? I just don't have time for stupidness, and that's my problem. A real friend shows up for you. I expect my friends to show up for me at all times. And now that I'm married, I expect you to show up for Justin. These are expectations that I'm not willing to, it's a hard no for me. Like, I want to, no filter forever. I want friends who show up for me because I show up for them. Again, I was asked, how many best friends do I have? If I have 15, I'm showing up for all 15. Ain't no valley low enough. Ain't no mountain high enough. Ain't no river wide enough to keep me from getting to you. That's the kind of friend I am. That's the kind of friend that I expect in my life. My husband had a health scare in October. And my friends, there's nothing they can do. Like, physically, right? Like, he has to, like, see a doctor. Like, we have to be in the hospital. We're in the hospital. He was in the hospital for 7 days. My friends, like, what can I do? They're sending me money to eat. They know I'm cheap. Yo, I'm so cheap. I'm not paying for New York City public parking. The meter is $4 an hour. It actually just went up to $5. Y'all could kiss the whole Haitian ass that I have behind me. I'm not paying for it. So my friends already knew the first day. I'm like, oh my God, they moved him from Queens. They moved him to a hospital in the city. I had to walk like 8 blocks. And I don't care. I'm walking. These shoes were made for walking. And that's just what they'll do. And so my homegirl was like, nah, here's money for a lot. Like, tomorrow, treat yourself to go to a lot, right? Send me $50 for a lot. Like, these are the friends that I have. These are people who know that I'm cheap, and I'm not asking them for money. They're just like, let me just send it to her because this girl is nuts, right? Alizé calls me Julius Rock from Everybody Hates Chris, because I will be at your house cutting your water off, cutting your lights off, because why are you wasting water? When you brushing your teeth, y'all don't watch Barney, cut the water off. You don't need water when you're brushing your teeth. You open it when you need to rinse. The friends that I want in my life correct me. I'm quick to call my friend like, hey, so he did this and I did that. And I know what's wrong, but I don't care. And they're like, no. That was not nice, Kat. Like, you could have did this. You could have did that. I know you didn't do it intentionally, but look at it from this view. Look at it from that view. You know, like, these are the kind of friends that I have, like, who are going to correct me in a way that I can hear. And friends who accept me for who I am. I'm crazy. And not crazy like I'm going to beat you up and trash your house. Like, never. Never. Jail does not serve Moet. Okay? Nor do they serve steak and lobster. I ain't going to jail. Not me. Over Phoenix, over Justin, over Kim Dover, over Solange Dover, maybe. I'm not going to jail for nonsense. So, my friends accept that I'm crazy fun. Like, I'm crazy fun. I want to be silly. I want to act nuts. I posted a video earlier with my friend's husband. Like, I was like leaning back and acting crazy. And I thought that I was like yanking him. And he was like, oh no, I'm strong. Big body. He's slim thick, but we're not going to talk about that on live. So anyway, he's holding my hand and I'm like acting silly. Like, I want to be like that in, time appropriate settings. They don't serve mimosas in jail. That's correct, Isaiah. I want to be fun. My friends know that they know I want to be silly. I want to crack jokes. We were in Greece, and like we were eating dinner, and obviously Greece is, it's gonna be a majority of like white people who are out there, and like a group of like 10 black men walk by, and everybody want to say something because we haven't seen black people. And here I go, hey black men, y'all look good. How are y'all? We are going tonight. And what happened? We ended up in the club. Okay, they had us lit. We was on the bar dancing, and it was all good vibes. Like nobody trying to bag nobody, just vibes. Because I opened my mouth and I spoke because I was myself, and myself wanted to say hi to these beautiful black men in this country where it's 4 of us beautiful black women. Let's join forces and stomp on these niggas. So I love that my friends let me be silly. And sometimes they get annoyed. Like, sometimes they don't want to deal with silly cat, right? And I'm like, smelly cat, why are they fitting you? Smelly cat. Anyway, And while there are like good pieces of like friendships are also hard for me to navigate too. I am rah like a dungeon dragon, and some of my friends are not like that. They're very gentle. They're very gentle, and I've had to learn too many songs. Sorry, I've had to learn how to speak to my sensitive friends who don't want to be called sensitive. What's another word for that? Gentle? Introspective. Let's go back. Being sensitive is a superpower. I know that you gotta say that my transparency is a superpower. Being sensitive is a superpower. Being empathetic is a superpower. People can't do that. People are not always sensitive. I'm not always sensitive. Like, especially when it's me against you, I become Pierre Delva. We already told you my father give it up with the beige rage. And y'all ain't seen Kim beige rage either. Don't trust them light skins, boy. I'm telling y'all. Y'all think it's me? Keep your eyes open. They out here. But I've had to learn how to meet them where they're at, right? Like, they're still my friends. They still love me. They love me. They tolerate me. I tolerate them. But sometimes my patience is just so short because it's like, ma'am, you 45 years old. Why am I still talking to you like a baby? But then sometimes, you know, like in therapy, I learned, like, that's not how they receive the message. They can't, if I want them to receive a message, then I need to say it softer. Like, they're just genuinely not as thick-skinned, and that's not a bad thing. It's a beautiful thing. You have to have a balance. You have to have one friend who's with the shits and one friend who's like, hey, cat, like, let's not litter, like, let's save the world, and that will make the world a better place. Literally, we giving out world peace in my group chats. So that took a lot for me to have to navigate too, right? Like, being able to speak to people who can't who cannot receive messages how I want to give them, being able to ensure these friends that I mean well, like my intentions are well, even if my approach isn't always like that. Showing these friends that I'm there for them. Like, hey, I may not chat with you as much as I chat with everybody else, but you know what time it is. Like, you have an event, I'm there. You have a death in the family, I'm there. Ask my friends, who has died in your family? Has Kathy been at that funeral? Our friendship is not just based on going out and having good times. Our friendship is based on if something happens in your life, with your family, with your kid, if I am invited, I am there. Because Tati, I'm still not forgetting that you forgot to invite me to that party. Yeah, we ain't gonna talk about that. Nah, I'm just playing. But I ain't forget. But yeah, like, once we become friends, we friends. We're locked in. We're literally locked in. And friendships aren't always easy. And we always talk about, like, having friends and what makes a good friendship, and people make it look easy. It's not easy. It's not easy having all these personalities in a group chat, right? And I have one group chat, it's 4 of us, and there are 3 of us Dungeon Dragons, and we have one who's cool, calm, and collect. She's cool as a feather. And sometimes we can be too much, and we don't even realize, because it's just we're a lot. So it's having to recognize, like, hey, let's check in on this friend. Let's make sure she's good, and not that we're babying her, but that we're recognizing she is different from us, and we make a great unit. Because when it's time to bust of me and Juan or a dub, honey, we holding her back, okay? We holding her shoulders. You know how y'all used to do when y'all was teens? When the guy, this girl that came out the room, child. I heard the white noise. When the guys, they friends was holding them like this. Oh, sorry, my pants don't match my outfit, sorry. And then you trying to throw it back like this, and your friend holding your shoulder. We in there. So it's just remembering, like, you know, I ain't perfect. Nobody walking this earth surface is the girlfriend, work with the kid. Yeah. But let's talk about the other side of friendship. Let's talk about grieving friendships. Again, I've been friends with the same people forever. My oldest friend is Ayana since the 4th grade. I've been friends with my friend Keisha since the 9th grade. I knew of Alizé through a mutual friend, but I didn't physically meet her until my prom senior year. A lot of my friends are just like from childhood. Then I met my beautiful friends, not rappers, like I'm giving y'all bars tonight because y'all know I'm a jukebox, and I'm on fumes right now. I'm pushing through. But anyway, I had a friend who I was friends with since my freshman year of high school. We've always been friends, and through thick and thin, and babies, and marriages, and whatever, and just life, right? She started growing, and she started growing in a different direction. And some people can grow together, some people grow apart. And her direction was constantly moving, and again, this is only my side. If you guys had a chance to tune into her live last year of what her piece was, I didn't watch, but I heard a lot about it. And she stopped being friends with a lot of our mutual friends. I think I thought I was the last friend left, trying to navigate that. And it's tough, right? When you're in a group with somebody and the person who brought you into the group is now not friends with them, but like now you've created your own friendships. Like, I'm not about to leave the group. I'm not childish like that. If you stop being friends with somebody, I'm not going to stop being their friend. I mean, it depends on the circumstance. We still going to be Instagram friends regardless. We're not going to hang out. Like, I'm not hanging out with this person without you. Like, that's wild. But we're going to be Instagram friends. Because, come on, man. Come on. But yeah, so trying to navigate those friendships and watching those friends grieve a friend, right? Because they were friends before me. And then those friendships breaking up, me trying to toggle the middle. Well, understand where she's coming from. She's growing and she's going through like her phase and her flow. And then telling her like, hey, while you're going through your phase and your flow, don't judge this group of what they're doing. And I'm not going to get into the details of it, but ultimately, like, we stopped being friends. It was slowly drifting off. I was still trying to hold on, and then some days I just couldn't. And I still got to say that us having a friendship breakup wasn't like a conversation like, oh, we're breaking up. It was like, okay, this was the last straw for me of trying to hold on to the situation and constantly hearing, I speak to this girl almost every day, right? I know nothing about this girl, apparently, because I'm hearing every other week. I hear things from everybody else. But yeah, I speak to this girl every day, and we're friends. I'm her only friend, according to her. I'm the only person who doesn't judge her, who shows up for her, who pulls up here, who pulls up there, like literally. But yet, I'm the last friend to know things. So that hurt my feelings, because I'm like, bruh, I'm the only one holding on, like, because I know you're a good person, because I know that you're going through a life change that none of us have gone through. Like, she was becoming a new person and reading and watching videos and learning more about the world. And I 100% respect it. The same way my college roommate said that she was different from the day I met her. I never judged her. Do you, boo? Don't judge me. I'm not judging you. Okay? Do you? I don't care. As long as we have our time and our thing, that's all that matters to me. But anyway, I said to say that we stopped being friends. And it just fell off. It was like, hey, I want to have a conversation. And I was done talking. And y'all know I love to talk. But I reached the point where I was just done. What are we talking about? Like, I feel like I'm being bamboozled. Please go to bed. So, what was I saying? So yeah, we stopped being friends. And that wasn't easy for me, right? I was friends with this person since I was 14. And let's say I was like 31 or 32, around the time the Phoenix turned 1. When we just stopped speaking. Slowly, it happened gradually, whatever. But I mourned that friendship for like a year, and not cried, but like got really sensitive about talking about it, got angry about it. Like, people would ask me, and I'm like, well, I don't know what to do. Like, I tried, I pulled up, I've done it all. Like, when does this person show up for me? When does this person drive to Queens for me? When does this person come to see me when I have a kid? Like, what does this look like on the other end? It wasn't looking even. And I'm sure a conversation needed to be had. But again, I felt like the same way with my dad, like I had to wait until I was like ready to learn that I wasn't getting an apology before I had a conversation with him. With this friend, I just learned that we were never going to agree. And the reason I felt this way was because I watched this friend have friendship breakups with everybody in the group. And I watch what happened behind the scenes. And I'm like, no, no, no. You gotta be faster than that. It wasn't happening. Like, it was friendship breakups with all of them for years and years and years. Back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. I'm not playing back and forth with nobody. Okay? Ask one man who I've broken up with, have we gotten back together? No. We become friends. I'll be your best friend for life. I don't go backwards. And that's with any relationship. Okay? My father got this extra chance. It's the last one for him too. But yeah, we don't talk about mourning friendships, how much it hurts to lose your friend, someone you speak to every day, someone that you genuinely love. The families are intertwined. Me and her parents spoke for probably that whole year that I was mourning. Like, her mom was always talking to me like, you know, the transitions were a lot for her too. But again, I'm talking to your moms, baby. Like, nah, she good. Like, she's beautiful. She's growing. She's this, she's that. For me to get shitted on, I'm good. But I'm mourning that for a year. We had another friend in the group who was in the group for a short time. And we worked great as individuals, but not in a group. And even when we had, she was our friend. We're still girlfriends now, but in the group, let's say in a part of the group, let's say that lasted about a year, and then it just didn't work. We had to disassemble that group. Okay, we was Destiny's Child. We had to break up, baby. Not, well, he gave you life, he gets an extra pass. Correct. He's not a cat. He only get one extra life. Anyway, we had a girl in our group, and it didn't work out. And even that was like one of my shortest friendships at the time. We're still cool now, but let's say at the time, you know, I didn't know if we would get back. And I mourned that a little bit too. I was like, wow, I've never lost a friend. She was introduced through another friend as well. And we were all in a group chat. We went to vacation together and love her. Like, she's so fun. She's so beautiful. She's a great mom. But the group just didn't mesh. It just didn't mesh as a group. And she left the group. Like, she literally, you know, XYZ has left the group chat. She left the group chat. And I was sad about that too, because I don't lose friends. So I just didn't know how to navigate that. I know how to break up with guys. I know how to go through heartbreak with men. But to go through heartbreak with female friends who, again, once you're my friend, you know my life. Like, you know what time it is. I hadn't gone through that. So that was like my first little sample of like a friendship breakup. And then going through like this bigger breakup was like a lot. So, you know, I don't like that this culture is like, oh, cut people off, cut somebody off. Like, it's not easy to cut off people you love, right? You know that you should have, things are not working, and sometimes a conversation is needed, but sometimes a conversation is not. Like, sometimes it's okay. Like, I love you from afar, right? I have to love you. And yeah, friendships are different with I feel like friendships, breakups are different with the women in your life, because I feel like a lot of my girlfriends are like my soulmates. Like, there's unspoken somethings between us. During my wedding, I had a moment where I just cried. I just was overstimulated. I was exhausted. I was dealing with a toddler. And everybody loves you. Like, when you're the bride or the person of interest, or whatever, everyone wants to make sure that you're okay. And it's beautiful, but it can be a lot, because it's like, can I help you? 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 Bruh. Y'all know I'm not shy. If I need help, I'm going to verbalize that I need help. And so it just became a little bit overwhelming. And then my wedding lady, like, I had one balance. Your girl done messed up my balance. And then I had another balance. And I'm like, baby girl, you know my situation. So yes, we had to pay a little extra money, which wasn't a big deal. But it was like, again, I'm cheap. So I didn't budget for that. Okay? That budget was for my next trip in February. Now I'm taking out of that for this, because you done marked that I paid you more than I actually paid you. So anyway, I had a moment where I cried, and I just couldn't get the words out. I just couldn't speak. And my homegirl was like, you feel overwhelmed? Somebody's about, like, she's trying to get the words out, and I'm just like, I just couldn't get the words out. You know what I mean? So, like, you just need friends who get you, who understand you. Yeah, friendship breakups are not Easy. Another beautiful part about friends, like I said, I met friends through friends. Like sometimes you have really great friends and then you meet their really great friends and then you become really great friends. And I've had the pleasure of experiencing that too. My friend Amanda from college, who I met my sophomore year, she is best friends with a girl named Tati, and I love Tati. Tati did a Phoenix's hair for the wedding, right? It's like we went on a couples trip last year, and immediately I'm like, oh, we friends, and you'll see you at my wedding next year, and we just been locked in, okay. Now Steven is wilding. Like my mother's on a live, Steven. You putting too much of our business in the comments. But yeah, so we make friends, and then you make friends with people's husbands, right? So like, oh my God, I have this husband friend. I was in the pool with my friend Melanie's husband. His name is Victor. And my brother was like, tell me how you met Victor again? Because we call Victor's Dominican, so we call him Papio Weekend. We asked him to translate, get the hook up with the Mexicans, because once you see your people, you do a little extra. When I was in DR, I was speaking a little Creole, and we got a little extra washcloths and stuff like that, because they was feeling me. They was like, we here with it. So then I was like, oh, I was at my job. I didn't think I was making any more friends, and I became friends with my friend Melanie, who had never made new friends since college. And then so like she was like, oh, let's go bowling. And I didn't have a man, as you guys have heard in my previous live. So I was third wheel with them at the bowling alley. We went to go see Fences with Denzel Washington. We seen Tupac when he had his play. Like I was third wheeling, and they just brought me in. They knew I had no man, no prospects, and we was on dates together all the time. Thank y'all so much. Thank y'all. Kim and Shelly were the first person I used to third wheel with. I really appreciate all my friends who allowed me to third wheel. Keisha and her ex-man used to let me third wheel. Alize and Fred. Fred tried to kick me out their third wheel. We tried to go to the movies together. He wasn't feeling it. Hater. But I appreciate my friends who let me third wheel. But anyway, I was saying that... what was my point? Oh, that we were in the pool with Victor, and Kim asked him how did we meet, and we told him that, and he was like, yo, it's been 10 years. And I'm like, whoa, I met you 10 years ago? Like, I cannot believe that. And then he's like, yeah, y'all started a job 10 years. I'm like, wow, I've been miserable at this job for 10 years? Again, next live's topic. But in 10 years of meeting these strangers, right, they were with me when I had no man, no nothing. I was with them when they had no kids, nothing. Throughout this time, they done bought a house. They have had kids. They have had scares and real life shit that has happened in their life. We have had the same, and we've been locked in. Like, I have real friendships. Like, I have like real love, real people who pull up for me at all times, and it's beautiful that I not only make friends with the women, but with the men too. Like when Justin's blowing mine, we're at our friends' houses, we're able to say, hey, like, how did you guys navigate this, or how this, or how that? Or we can go whisper like, girl, he be lying, he ain't do that. Like, he lying. You know what I mean? Like, you get to connect with people. And it's so interesting. Like I talked to like two people in the last week who just like that, they don't have married friends. They don't have a lot of couple friends, and you get to learn so much from other people. Like, you really feel like you're alone. After we went through counseling, I just started saying it like, yo, me and Justin's first 2 years was rough. Like, boom. Like, I wasn't sure if Kim was gonna have to pull up. And every time I told Justin, I'm like, yeah, I will call my brother on you. And he's like, and then what? Like, what's gonna happen? I'm like, what's gonna happen? Okay. No, but I say that once I started opening up to my friends or to people about like how rough it was, right? Even my friend Valerie, when I went to go get the veil from her, I'm like, girl, how did y'all make it? Like that first 2 years, she was like, how do we make it? Girl, I want to kill him too. Like, really? That took somebody else. Yeah, the first year was rough. Like, the more you start, and Justin said he's standing on business, the more you start opening yourself up, which is why I'm transparent, the more I don't feel alone, right? I spoke to you about me having alopecia. I I still have moments where I feel alone, but you don't feel alone because people are there. You speak to your friends who are married, they're there. One time we were talking to Alize, my friend Alize and Fred, and I made a comment of like, just made a comment of like, like now he has to check in, he has to do this, he has to do that, and he's not used to that. And Fred was like, yeah, I feel that way too. I felt that way at the time, and Alize was like, skirt, like when, right? Like I didn't know you felt that way, because sometimes you don't know, right? Like people, you go through your moments or whatever, but it's like you won't know until somebody brings up the topic. You won't know until somebody says it, like, hey. So yeah, I love that we have been able to make married friends and make friends who are on the same path with us, who are married longer than us. At my welcome dinner, my friend Amanda made a speech about like how divorce is like running rampant and this, that, and the third, and how we really need to fight for our marriages and fight for this and fight for that. And one time me and Justin had gotten into like a huge argument, and he was like, I'm done, I'm leaving. Don't let the door hit you with a good door split you. Nah, I'm happy he didn't leave. But at the time, it was like me calling my friends, right? And speaking to their husbands as well. Like, how do we navigate this? What do we do? And they're just like, y'all gotta figure it out. Alize and Fred sat us down at a table. Like, we are gonna talk about this. Nobody's going nowhere. We're figuring this out. Like, these are the things. When I got married the first time, we had a small select group, and it was just like, it wasn't me trying to be like shady or anything. It was like me being overwhelmed with like getting pregnant, getting married. Like that was extremely overwhelming for me, even if I didn't show it. Because again, I never planned on getting pregnant. I was terrified. The marriage part to me was easy, right? But like having a kid. And so I wanted to invite people who I can call at midnight and tell them I'm leaving Justin. And they would tell me, no, to F you not. We're coming right now. We figuring this out. These are the people that I wanted there. And it doesn't mean that my other friends are not great. It just means that there are levels. Who am I going to call at level 1? Who am I going to call right now who's not going to judge me and who's going to hold it down? You know what I mean? We're at my wedding. We're there, and I kept rubbing my stomach, and my friend Michelle was like, can you stop rubbing my stomach? People gonna think you're pregnant. And I'm like, oh no, I haven't pooped. Like, does that happen to you guys? Like the resort food that stops you up? I've been working on this body, and the first 2 days of pictures, I was given stomach was busting. No. Everybody like, oh, don't worry. We got something for that. Okay? They got me together. These are my friends. Y'all walking around with suppositories? Yeah, you see what I'm saying? These are people who know you, who love you, who want to be there for you through thick and through thin. And it does not always look pretty. My friends don't always, agree with me. I don't run with yes men. Don't ever yes man me. Never, never. If I'm wrong, tell me I'm wrong. Because how am I going to grow? How are you going to grow if we don't correct each other at all times, So yeah. What are some qualities that not Steven saying that means I did not drink enough? I had a lot to drink. That's why I'm having my protein shake, some fiber right now. What are some qualities that you guys look for in a good friend? I'd love to hear it. Like, what are some things that you're like, this makes a good friend? We know what makes a bad friend. We know red flags. Or do we? Red flags. If this friend only pulls up when it's time to turn up and not when it's time for serious, red flag. If you tell your friend you got into an argument with your man and she says leave him, maybe not a red flag. She might know more than I know. Don't ever tell your friends to leave their man. Rule number 1. You tell your friends, I think you should talk to him. I think y'all need therapy. Bitch, he did what? He got the right one. You say things like that. People know when they gotta leave their man. People know when they gotta leave their girl. When they are ready and good to go, they will do it. I've watched 2 friends leave long-term relationships when they got fed up. Okay? What are other red flags? Haters. Sneak dissing. Okay? If Allie pull up and say, with the rollie in the sky, wave side to side, and I say must be nice, I'm not hating. I'm just saying must be nice. I can't afford it. But if you got friends like, oh, what you need a Rolex for? What you need this? What? That's a hater. You don't want haters in your circle. You want your friends. Like, when I tell my friends I'm jealous, I don't mean I envy. I mean, damn, that's beautiful. Like, I want that. Like, my friend Sarita is sitting on the water in Chicago. I want that. I can have it, right? One day, if I work towards that, if I put my mindset to it. Oh, a liar, biggest red flag. Yo, we got that friend who loved the white lies. What are you lying for? What are you lying for? I hate liars. Don't lie to me. Don't lie to me, baby girl. Because I tell the truth about everything. I don't lie about nothing. I'm bragging on, hey, I got the dress from Fashion Nova. She's a hit. Y'all seen that dress from the Blue Dinner? Fashion Nova Luxe. Excuse me. I stay in my tax bracket. And I stay in the tax bracket below mine. Okay? I only go above when it's time to eat. Because mama love to eat good, okay? And when it's time to get some jewels. But yeah, we hate a liar. What else? We love transparency. Okay, we love a friend who's transparent. Oh, thank you, Nelly. We love friends who lift us up. I love when my friends lift me up. When I'm having a bad day or a bad moment, I'm like, yo, today was a bad day. Like, this is rough. Like, one of my friends, I'm not going to say her name. She's really private. She doesn't say anything. And one time in the chat, she was like, hey, y'all, I'm not good. I am not good. Like, she said she's working on being more vocal, because sometimes you don't even know how to be a friend, because you don't want to push people. Like, some friends are like, I need a minute. Like, when I tell you I need a minute, I'm not joking. Like, some people are like, oh, I need a minute. They really want attention. No. When I tell you I need 5 minutes, like, legit, just put a timer on. I need 5 minutes. When some friends say, I need a second, give them a second. Like, so it's like she's learning how to be more vocal, and we're learning how to navigate how many days do the girl need space, because we need to know. We need to know who we got to help. When your friends talk shit about other friends to you, and clearly they're talking about you too. It depends. It depends. Because sometimes you have a friend who does work your nerve, and you're like, girl, there's levels to that, right? If you're talking to another friend like, yo, how do I handle this friend because she's blowing mine? Okay. There's another topic of like you bashing this friend. She's a bum. She's this, she's that. Oh my God, this girl called me a bum before. We cool now though, but that was hilarious to me. But we won't talk about that. But yeah, two-faced friends. Yes, Lisa. We don't want no two-faced friends. Don't be my friend in my face and not my friend behind my back. And again, I'm not the most perfect friend, right? I'm not the most perfect friend. One time my friend asked me to go find something out, and I'm like, oh, XYZ said da-da-da-da-da. Like, I messed it up. I thought we was being open, and y'all see me have that flashback? Yeah, we won't do that. Dang, I lost my train of thought. Yeah, sorry, back to the positive things. If you don't like side switches, whatever. Anyway, back to the positive things. I love and appreciate all my friends. I loved it more that you guys all pulled up to Mexico. To my friends who couldn't make it, I love that you guys were so scared to tell me you couldn't make it. I was sad. I really wanted you guys to come. Financially, it worked out for me though, but no, in real life, I really was sad. Like, some people, like, I'm like, oh my God, you can't come. Like, it's not a party without you. But yeah, financially, we was running that budget up, baby. Okay, I almost couldn't afford a wig. Yeah. So with your friends, you want to be like Tati said. You want to be, you want to apologetically be yourself, which is what this is. So yeah, I just want to thank everybody. I want to thank Marina again for helping me find my man. I want to thank Nakia again for singing so beautifully as I walked down the aisle. That was like, that started my tears, and then I see my baby daddy crying, and then that started my tears. My brother looks so handsome. Oh my God. Kim, that lavender was your color, sir. My nephews, my niece, like everyone, like the entire family walking in the wedding was truly the definition of like how I see my family and my friends catching everything. Hold up. Did y'all catch my father thanking my mother for giving him 2 beautiful children? Okay, sir. It only took 25 years. It only took 12 years of divorce. But here we are. But I really want to thank all my friends for being beautiful friends, for being my true friends. I'm not always the perfect friend. I don't always speak to you guys correctly, or I try to show up as much as I can. Sometimes I may not show up at the perfect time, maybe a day later. I may not read the group chat on time or recognize things. But I hope that you all really do know that my intentions are really 100%. Like, I'll go out the way for y'all. You already know what time it is. I'm pulling up for your families, for your friends. And I hope that everyone else, gets to experience great friendship. Amanda, my friend Amanda, wants to do a couples trip. So the singles. Like a why did I get married, but like a positive one. Like we're not about to be talking negative and all the other stuff. And I hope to invite everybody, all my friends who are couples who don't get a chance to be around other couples, because it really is tough. It's tough navigating friendships, especially when you're couples and what that looks like, etc., 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 etc. But thank you, everybody, and thank you to my mama. Thank you, Ma. We're going to run that pension up, baby. What we got next? But thank you all for joining my live tonight. We'll be back in 2 weeks for my final one called I Hate My Job. I hate my job. I hate my job. But I love that money. Okay, now, anyway. Good night, everybody. Good night. If you're in your life now, you're able to choose if you want to save it, delete, and